From a field of 128 women, only 4 remained at the start of play today. 3 former American champions and a French hopeful.
So are you ready to come? Here we go. Come on, yeah.
Venus Williams was ready. She had dropped only 1 set to date at this Grand Slam. And France's Emily Mauresmo has shown that she can upset the top seeds. Then in the second semifinal, Serena Williams continued her quest for a second crown. While Lindsay Davenport looked to cap a comeback with another trophy of her own. It's Late Night 12 as championship weekend continues on CBS. Hello again, everybody. I'm Patrick McEnroe, along with my co-host, Mary Carrillo, and welcome to Late Night at the U.S. Open on CBS.
Our last one.
This is it, the grand finale. Well, we have the night, of course, primetime final, and I think we were all expecting that nothing could stop the Williams Express, but it was a little more difficult than maybe we thought it would be today.
It really was. They were pretty aggressive, combative semifinal matches today, but as we both know, the Williamses are going to be meeting each other for the championship tomorrow night.
Third straight Grand Slam final between the two sisters. Let's start off with Venus Williams, of course, who's won the last 2 U.S. Opens, taking on the surprising Frenchwoman Emily Mauresmo, who had upset Capriati in the previous round. That was a break point for Mauresmo at 3-all. And now Mauresmo serving to Venus at 3-4 first set.
That was the break that decided the first set to Venus's advantage.
Mauresmo serving at 2-all, and Venus looking to close her out as quickly as she could. But the French woman was determined to stay in there. 3-all now. Good variety. And then trouble for Venus Williams, a blister developing on her right hand.
Patrick, she says that's the first one she's ever had.
Ever, period. So Mauresmo takes set number 2, 7-5, so we go to a deciding third set.
Here's Venus serving for it, 5-4. And gets down 3 unforced errors in a row, down love 40. And boy, what a way she handled that situation. Williams just served her way out of trouble.
She had 5 straight big first serves to get her out of trouble and move back into the U.S. Open final. Afterwards, Venus stopped by the studio to speak with me and Bill McAtee.
Tell us what happened out there today. It looked like Mauresmo kept wanting to fall, and yet she was hanging around in the match, and it wasn't really your best service day.
You know, I think I started out pretty good, but, you know, I just let a lot of mistakes creep in, and I just didn't hang on tight. But I guess what's most important is that I'm here another day to try to improve things.
Well, you've won 20 matches in a row now, Venus, at the U.S. Open, and it's amazing to me how you're able to, when you're struggling on your serve, you hit 10 doubles, you're down love 40, you're serving for the match, 5 bombs in a row. How do you do that?
To be honest, I don't know. I really just try to stay calm, and I realize, although it is love 40, that doesn't mean it's the game. So I do try to stick in there, and this time it worked.
Tell us about the blister in your hand. How did that impact things today?
Well, you know, just towards the second set and a little bit in the first, I guess I developed a blister in the hand, and I've never had one before, ever, any kind of blister. So it was a nice time to get it in a match in the semifinals of the U.S. Open.
Does it concern you going? I mean, you've never had it. It's got to be a little bit of a worry before the final.
Well, I'm just going to have to fight and compete, and I have no other choice at this point.
Obviously, the U.S. Open is important. Is it more important because you didn't win in Paris and you didn't win at Wimbledon?
Well, definitely, I have a lot of motivation to win here, and maybe it makes it a little tougher since I haven't had the year I've had for the past 2 years. But more than anything, I realized that I have a great career, and lots of people would love to be at the level that I'm at, and I'm just gonna enjoy it all.
What's the preparation the night before going into a Grand
Just
Slam?
rest at this point. I've done all I can do. I can't practice anymore without tiring myself out, and I figure that hopefully all the years that I've been practicing and playing these matches will have an impact.
I'm sure it will.
Take us back a year ago when you walked out on the court, prime time, under the lights. What did that feel like?
Well, I love Diana Ross, so I love the song, and I love fireworks, and so it was just a joyful mood going out there, especially, you know, playing against Serena for the first time.
Well, in the other women's semifinal, Lindsay Davenport battled it out with Venus's younger sister, Serena. We'll be back with those highlights and more when Late Night at the U.S. Open rolls on. Serena Williams and Lindsay Davenport staged a battle of champs in the late afternoon, each powerful American looking for a shot at a second U.S. Open title.
Second game of the match. Serena goes after the break of serve and gets it. And it's the only break of serve that Serena needed to secure this first set. Here she is at 5-3.
And look at the court coverage here from Serena. Just too good. And serving so beautifully. In contrast to her sister, Venus, who struggled on serve today, Mary.
That first set, Serena had 16 winners, not one for Lindsay Davenport, who tries to hit winners for a living.
And that was Serena serving at set point down in the second set as Lindsay picked up her game. Here's another set point for Davenport. And look how she disposes of that one. It's the game point now, Serena.
Serena was down 5-2.
Boy, did she up her level from 5-2 down, and Father Richard quite happy. Match point, Serena's second, and with her 35th winner, Serena Williams is in her third straight Grand Slam final. Bill McEntee and I spoke with Serena in our studio after the match. You're 5-2 down in the second set, and Lindsay playing beautifully, and what'd you do to turn that around?
Oh, well, Lindsay was playing really good, and I was like, and I was making a lot of errors. I think maybe I was a bit nervous today. I put a little too much pressure on myself, and when I got down 5-2, I just tend to play better when I'm down for some reason. I relaxed a little bit, and I said, well, just keep it going, and I'm only down one break, and so I just thought to fight.
Well, you weren't down much in the tournament at all. You've been winning all your matches easily, but well, why were you nervous?
I don't know. I mean, this is my third Grand Slam in a row that I've been in the final. I mean, Venus too, but you know, just I don't know. I was just a little shaky out there.
If not for a twisted ankle, we could be talking about the Grand Slam. What has changed this year to get you to where you are now?
Well, after I twisted my ankle in Australia, it's just changed since then. I was more focused, and a lot of things. I just decided that I want to be the best in what I do, and I don't like to do anything and be second at it or third best. And at the time, I was 10th best. and so
Which was way below where you should have been.
And I really shouldn't have been that low, because even if I didn't play that much, there's a lot of players that I thought at the time I was better than I thought that I should be. And often my results show that I always beat them, and they were just ranked ahead of me. I was tired.
Do you think that you sort of put maybe behind the two of you the pressure of playing each other, and you both, I mean, you've done so much already in the game that you can now just concentrate on trying to play your best tennis?
Yeah, definitely. We just now are just really fighting against each other, and we enjoy it more than anything. Whatever happens, we're going to go home with the maximum amount of points and money in this tournament. So.
That's for sure. And a little silver, too.
Yes. Yeah. And so another trophy is going to go to our home. And regardless, it's like both of us have won. And we love each other no matter what happens. And we're just going to go out there and fight. And at the end of the match, you know, we'll be friends again.
Well, Mary, these numbers add up to only one thing: total dominance by the Williams sisters.
That is so true. Of course, Venus won last year's U.S. Open. Serena couldn't compete because of a bad ankle. Venus lost, took a loss to Monica Seles, but they competed for the French Open final, and Serena won that. They competed for the Wimbledon final. Serena won that. Venus hasn't won a major all year, and now Serena's going for her third. And that's dominant.
That's impressive, and they're certainly not picky about surfaces. Clay, grass, hard court, utter domination. Well, tomorrow...
I'm sorry, I just like what Venus says about this whole thing. She's one more match and I can go home.
That's right. You can go. You can go and get that win, hopefully, her third straight. Well, tomorrow is Super Saturday, and we'll be back to set the stage for Andre and Pete in their respective semifinals when late night rocks on from the U.S. Open.
Ready, steady, go!
Tomorrow, two veteran American champions are the sentimental favorites to meet in Sunday's championship match. But first, they'll have to get by a pair of determined, talented, and younger Super Saturday opponents. This is what they want. This is who they are. Agassi, 32 years old and still going strong from the baseline, playing with focus all year long. He's won 4 tournaments and would love to finish this year off like he did back in '94 and then again in '99 with a U.S. Open title. But first things first.
Every match has been key for me, and but certainly this is the biggest one now for me, is the next one, because it's the semis and you got to play your best ball there.
Its opponent, defending champion Leighton Hewitt. Reminiscent of a charismatic young Agassi, the fiery Aussie has left a trail littered with top seeds ever since he stormed his way to the podium in 2001, smothering Sampras in straight sets. Still only 21, he likes being on top and intends to keep it that way.
Yeah, I still try and remember how hard I had to work to get to #1 and then try and keep that going and not lose sight of the whole big picture.
Pete Sampras knows something about the big picture. After early exits in all 3 slams this year, he's seeded 17th at the Open, his first time out of the top 10 in over a decade. Well-schooled in slams since his first Open victory 12 years ago, he's out to prove he's still got it and isn't taking anyone lightly.
It's a tricky match. I need to get up for it, and everyone thinks it's a shoo-in, but I know Shane Shulkin. He's very solid, does everything very well. I'm looking forward to it.
Enter the dark horse. Dutchman Shane Shulkin is 0-4 against Sampras, but he relishes the chance to reach his first ever Grand Slam final.
You never know, it's only 2 matches left. So if I get one chance maybe in the next round and I take it, I'm in the finals and anything can happen then.
4 men, 2 matches, 1 dream. The men's semifinals.
It's going to be a nice little weekend. I mean, I don't know what's shaking with Shang, but I don't see him in the final, but any of the other 3 I can see winning this thing.
I mean, certainly the 2 guys that I thought coming in were the favorites were Agassi, Hewitt. They're going to go toe-to-toe, but the way Pete's played the last couple of matches,
it's crazy to count him out.
he might be number 5. We extend our congratulations to the first champions of the 2002 U.S. Open, Lisa Raymond and Mike Bryan, who won the mixed doubles, and Mahesh Bhupathi and Max Mirny, winners of the men's doubles competition. Mary, this is our final late night show.
Deb.
Hold back those tears. We always look forward to finishing up with your picks and pans.
Oh, Patrick, my pick of the day is Billie Jean King, who was honored on court by the IOC in recognition of her outstanding contributions to sports, as well as her continuing promotion of female journalists and women's sports in the media. Billie's the reason I have my job. She's the reason why Venus and Serena are in prime time tomorrow night, and she's the reason why first prize is $900,000. I want people to know that Billie is the best thing that ever happened to this game. My pan of the day is tonight, a night that the Williams sisters must spend, each wanting to win a major, each knowing the heartache it would inflict on the other. They're the 2 best players on earth. They're each other's best friend. They're sisters. It's as simple and as complicated as that.
Certainly is, but Billie Jean King, nothing complicated about her passion for the game. Well, Super Saturday is now hours away. We'll be with you at 11 a.m. Eastern Time when Pete Sampras meets Shang Shulkin in the first men's semifinal, followed by Andre Agassi against Leighton Hewitt in the second semi. Then in prime time, we'll be back with the women's final. Venus Williams going for her 3rd straight title here against sister Serena. For Mary and our whole late night crew who have worked so hard making us look good, good night.